Let's get into some Forza. I need to see. I think we'll want to put the wing all the way down. This track is so treacherous at high speed. A lot of bumps and turns. That might be the smart move. I'll slow it down top end wise, but it'll be much more stable. Not a treacherous track. Okay. First drive of the day. Okay, so this is going to be the Nürburgring and the Nordschleife together. Forgot the layout. Hello, I'm doing S-Class. Change my monitor setting, I forgot. That should be better. Oh yeah. Let's jump the hill. Solid jump. Let's see. Says we can run as well as an 838, but probably more like a 9 something. Kind of out of practice for the Nordschleife. I don't know if I ever get fully practiced up on that one. It's just got so many turns. Alright, we're starting in mid-pack. Added all the wing I can add, so it's not going to have the top end. But I think the stability will come in handy. The lateral G's at high speed. Alright. Didn't see him sitting there. Well, in that car, my steering wheel linked up. I don't think it's going to let me shift. Restart my wheel, unfortunately. Yep, there it goes. Reset. Made a rough start. Cold tires.
Sorry again, dude. The game paused for some reason and I didn't do it.
This guy gets on the brakes real early. Late on the throttle too.
Don't worry, you don't have to heavy brake for this car. I get that. that. You know that, right? Least you can do is just apologize. Just being a douche and riding the ramen table. And again, dude, come on, man. Next time you hit me again, I will take you to last place and keep you there. Nah, that was my bad. That was not yours. Sorry.
Well, pretty good race. Yeah, a couple laps would have been nice. I got stuck behind that guy for so long. I just try so hard not to wreck anybody, you know. A low 9's pretty good for me, I think. I can live with that. That's usually where I am on that track. I like that track though. It's always challenging. I can't remember all the turns, so I usually just play it safe, stay on the track best I can anyway. Usually go off the track several times. The TFGL guys are getting it done, huh? Team members. That was a good race. Maple Valley. Oh, I don't know if this car's set up for that. I'm do it anyway. Chat messages. Maple Valley. Maple Valley is, I think, a difficult track to get fast on it when you're doing your own tuning, especially. So I think if we can get this car to do 134 or better on Maple Valley, that would be pretty good for me. I think my best ever was like a 132. I don't know if I saved that tune or if that was on sport tires with more horsepower. I can't remember now. No, this is the night version. That makes it hard. You can't see the corners. Sometimes it's pitch black. So we've only got a few minutes of practice here. Soft tires. Plenty of fuel. Let's see. I think we left the wing all the way up. Yeah. It's tilted up. Should have all the grip. Got KTM getting on the track. Crossbow. Looks like. Still cold. Feels pretty good so far. Car felt good, that's the main thing. I feel like I can keep it on the track. We won't be able to get our best lap time, but I got an idea. It should be around a 133, 134 maybe. I think going with the wings the way to go on this track. There's no opportunity to go 200 miles an hour anyway. Alright. Yeah, some crossbows in here. These guys will probably win. The little lightweight cars. The Elemental. Yeah, he's already done a 132. He's done a 129 in that Camry. Good grief. Huh. That's crazy fast. There I am. 137 dirty, but I'm sure it'll go faster. So this we can do at 133.6 if we drive like a robot. Sometimes those estimates aren't worth anything, but we'll see. Purposely oversteering a bit here to get some heat in those front tires. .35. Really got to drive my own race and not watch what the elementals are doing. Those cars have so much more grip. Sometimes if you follow them, you're not going to make the turn. You really got to watch your race, drive your line. Almost ignore what they're doing. I'm a little timid around that corner. .131, it's a new personal best lap right there. So I would say the tune-up is good. another new best. 30.5. Did a good lap. 31.1. Ooh, a little wide on that one. Hey Thor, how's it going, bud? You at work? One. Uh-oh, steering wheel went blank. We are stuck in fourth gear. And there goes the force feedback. What is it doing? Can't shift. I have no feedback on the last lap. I think we'll be better off just trying to deal with it rather than resetting the wheel in the middle of the race. But I may lose my third place. The car's not going to be as quick accelerating out of fourth gear as it will be first. Carry as much speed as possible, because once you lose it, you can't downshift to regain it. I think we made it. Weird with no force feedback. Weird. Doing pretty good at home. Oh, okay, nice. You done working for the day, or are you going back in tonight? Yeah, 131 clean, and I had a 130.5, I think, that wasn't clean. I gotta save this tune up because that's the best I've ever done. I have to take a nap. Yeah, I'm not sleep. I was sleeping pretty good. I don't know if maybe I just slept too much yesterday. I had trouble sleeping last night. You gotta go in at 4, so you gotta what, a couple hours? Yeah, probably a good idea to get some rest before you go back into work. Yeah, I was debating whether to stream or play a game or whatever, but I need to get back in the routine and doing that. I just got to find the balance working on the business stuff and gaming stuff. Because I want to do both in order to be happy, I think. Got an hour and a half. Yeah, it is 12:39, isn't it? Hey, we got a podium. Hey, we got the podium. Third place, we'll take it. Yeah, I gotta save this tune. That's the best laps I've ever had around there. And it was a bunch of new personal bests. Like, I believe my previous best was a 132, and I had a bunch of 132s. And some 131s even, and a 130. So, that tells me the tune-up is dead on. I lowered some of the camber in the front tires, and I think it did improve the grip some. Soft tires. I have a little extra fuel, but not much. Let's go to this tune. Yeah. Well, if I'm not working on business stuff and I'm not streaming, that means I'm sleeping too much. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to spend more time doing that. So on the business stuff, I got several things done, but I got to work on. I want to post my business card and information, kind of intro into a Facebook group that's for the local county. And I've been debating how to word it and stuff, so just overthinking it. I just need to do it, you know what I mean? Nobody really cares how I word it. Either they want to try your service out or they don't, you know? I think we'll leave the tone alone. Maple Valley was a good litmus test. If you can do under a 133 on that track, I think you're doing pretty good. And we did a 130.5 and a clean 131.5, so that tells me the tune-up's really good. I don't have a steering wheel. Now I have one. Forgot I turned it off and back on. It was in the wrong mode. It was in the mode for PlayStation instead of PC. That's why the game wasn't seeing it. It's just got one button for the bass in it. It doubles as a power on and off, and it switches modes. That's all it does. So sometimes when you cycle power in, inadvertently get in the wrong mode temporarily. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about my business. I just hope it takes off. I just don't know how many people are still PC users around here. Younger generations growing up, they all know how to use them, so they're not going to need help like back in the day when I had a computer store here. So I don't know if it's sustainable, but yep, I'm going to charge a good hourly rate. So even if I only get a few, it wouldn't take a lot to beat my pay at my last job, because my last job the pay wasn't that great and the cost of living went up, and there was no raise in that situation available without moving to a position I didn't want to be in. So I'm thinking this will be the way. I'll just work for myself if I can make it work, if I can get enough business. The hardest part is the beginning, when nobody's given you a try yet. You're not known. It's a small town, so if you get known as the IT guy in the area or whatever, then you can pretty much get the lock on the business. No pun intended, but there's like a locksmith in town. Everybody knows him. There's just not a whole lot of competition in these various niche business opportunities in a small town. There's not opportunities because there's somebody that's already been doing it for 20 or 30 years. So you just have to try anyway. A lot of these old geezers will be retiring, so somebody's got to pick up the slack. I really don't know who's doing IT stuff around here, but I'll find out, I'm sure. Giving these guys plenty of room to work and wreck and run off the road. Oh, it's bummed me out. A little sketchy through there for sure. Okay. Figure this track out. Tune-up feels really good. Now we're getting it figured out. Ken, or steer there. Kind of got in the zone there, daydreaming. Usually I'm a little slow when I do that though. Good lap. New best. And on the curve a little bit there. I was afraid I was going to go off. trying some different stuff. See if I can make up a little bit of time. A little better through there. Turning in earlier. That's the race. I think we got 5th. Yeah, pretty good. Guy in front of me's got a ton of penalties. He had 7 seconds on penalties. I might have got 4th. No, I didn't get 4th. Probably pretty close though. Nah, he still had 4 seconds ahead of me. He had a ton of penalties for some reason. Probably clipping corners. That'll do it. And it's easy to do on that track and that one chicane. Nürburgring again. We just did this. Interesting. Well, I think I'll take a break there. Got some racing in. I'll get back on later on today, so if you hadn't already, make sure you follow or subscribe depending on what platform you're on. We're streaming on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube right now, so it could be any of those. But anyway, if you follow or subscribe, then you'll get a notification when I go back online. Also, my Discord. I post when I go online there as well.